Bom dia. I'm going to try to show you how I blur things, because the way the video did it, the other one, I don't think is that great. Anyway, I'm starting with this flower picture because hopefully it's fairly similar to yours. And it's a decent size. It's not super big, but it's a decent size. So, okay, I'm going to start with the lasso tool, and I'm going to actually remove these using the way that you removed things before, right? So I'm going to lasso around it. I'm going to try to stay pretty close to the edges of the flowers. Alright, so now I can press delete, right? And we'll do the content aware, right? And we can press OK. And it'll do its thing. It's going to look a little dumb, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Um, yeah. So now, using this tool, I'm going to select the whole thing, and I'm going to copy it, okay? And then I'm going to go into my history, right? If you don't see it, you can go here, and history, and I want to go back to the start, okay? And now I want to paste what I copied in. So now here, right, we can see both, and I'm going to blur it with the Gaussian blur, and I can decide how much I like, how blurry do I want everything to be. I think that's okay, right? I'm going to go back into my layers panel. I'm going to duplicate my background, press OK, drag it above that one, right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a mask. So I'm going to go down here, I'm going to click this button to add a mask. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is, so I don't want this, I don't want the lines on this, I want this, right? So I have this selected using my paintbrush with black as the chosen color. I'm going to basically color around the edges of the flower with 0 hardness. I think that looks alright. Basically erasing the flowers again. And this might seem, I don't know, dumb, but it'll make sense after I finish. Now once I've erased all the edges, now I can go in with a larger brush that's a bit harder, right? And then I can erase much faster all the inside of the flowers. And I know this probably seems dumb, like, what the heck is he doing? But you'll see in a moment. You don't want to go too far. You still want to keep it kind of to that edge, because we don't want to like erase into other parts. We really just want to try to erase the flowers. Okay, so on the mask here, you can see that everywhere that we erased is black, right? And that's the flowers, and the rest is white. We're going to flip it. It's easier to erase the flowers than to erase the whole background, so we erase the flowers and then we flip it. So if I do image, adjustments, invert, with this still selected, you can still see the little white lines, invert, there we go. So we've got the blurry background from here, we have this layer that we duplicated, and we erased the flowers on the mask, and then we flipped it so we can only see the flowers and not the background, and that worked pretty well. Now there's a few little spots on the edge there, right? So that I can zoom in to here, and I can now, with maybe a smaller brush, color that in with black on this layer, right? So I'm erasing that little part there that bothered me. And if I want, I can go in and I can touch up some of these parts if they bother me. But overall, that's how I do it, and I think it works pretty well.